this wonderful congregation, Sunrise Church in Pueblo West, Colorado. If this is the first time that you have seen this morning brief or am joining for the first time, this is just an opportunity for me to share a little bit more about what I'm going to say in the sermon during worship, or what the day is about. And so, pardon me, this second Sunday of January, because we had New Year's Day last week. So what I want to talk about this morning, just very briefly, is once again, just how the flow of the church year, kind of how it goes. We at Sunrise, as a United Methodist Church, we do in some ways follow the church year, kind of marking the days that are most important in the life of our congregation, but also in our faith lives. And so the church specific lights and holy days, and I like to follow that most of the time in worship, because it just gives us an opportunity to remember and to kind of connect to some of the important parts of our faith journey and our church life together. So the church year, as a reminder, the year starts actually with the first Sunday of Advent, which we observed last year, 2022, and the last Sunday of November was the first Sunday of Advent. So that's the church year. It begins with this 4 weeks of Advent, of anticipation and Jesus's coming. Then we celebrate Christmas, which is the celebration of that first time that Jesus came in the birth story. And in Advent, we are now anticipating that time when Jesus comes again. And then the Christmas season continues to focus on the birth story of Jesus. And then on Friday, we had Epiphany, which marks the end of the Christmas season, when the wise men came to bring gifts to the Christ child. All right, so then after Epiphany starts this season, and Epiphany is kind of, aha, I had an epiphany. It's a discovery. It's like learning something new. And so the season after Epiphany usually takes us on a journey of kind of just discovering something new, discovering especially who Jesus is and what Jesus's ministry meant, so that we can understand his identity as God's son, but also that we find ourselves in that same, like finding our identity as the children of God, brothers and sisters with Christ. And so today, after the Epiphany, we actually observe Baptism of our Lord Sunday. This is the story of Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist. Today we're going to be in Matthew chapter 3, reading Matthew's account of Jesus's baptism. So we discover in this story that God proclaims that Jesus is indeed his son, and that he is pleased with him. And so that's what marks this day. And it's when we are baptized, we are not only like receiving the grace and the love of God and claiming that we want this for our lives, claiming that we want to become more and more like Christ. But we also, it isn't just about identity, it's about now how we're going to live our lives. And so on Baptism of our Lord Sunday, today we are going to remember our baptism. We're going to remember that moment in which we received from God, and then kind of recommit ourselves to live as God would have us live. So that's what we're going to see in the service today. Now, the rest of the Epiphany season, I'm kind of just going off track just a little bit. As I said, Epiphany, the season of Epiphany is about discovery and about learning something new or more about Jesus and therefore us. But we're going to take a journey of discovery in the book of Revelation for the Epiphany season. One of the things that we talk about in Advent, as I said earlier, are anticipating, waiting for that come again. And there is a lot of speculation about what that second coming is going to look like. And oftentimes we are hearing this words like tribulation and great suffering and rapture and people, enduring some incredibly awful, horrible things. And it's one way to interpret Revelation. I intend in the sermon series to help us understand that it may be a misrepresentation of what Jesus's coming will look like. And so we're going to dive into the book of Revelation for 5 weeks. I hope you'll join us for that, because I do think it's going to offer you a lot of hope and encouragement, and we just be afraid. There's some really strange on in the book of Revelation. So the sermon series is titled Stranger Things, Why We Do Not Need to Fear the End of the Age. So that begins next week. And along with that, we have a reading plan that will be put out on the website tomorrow, and emails and opportunities to come and discuss and learn, because this is definitely a subject and a book of the Bible that we tend to shy away from. So we're going to engage it as best as we can and listen to God. We'll be on a discovery epiphany in that way. So I guess that's good for today. I am looking forward to sharing and remembering our baptism this morning with the congregation. And if you will be joining us in person, we do worship at 10. We also live stream our full service at the same time, 10 o'clock. If you would be watching us from another place, I would invite you to have a bowl of water nearby so that you can participate in the ritual of remembering our baptism. We're also going to have today, so a bread element or juice wine element would be good to have nearby too, if you would like to engage with our communion with us as well. So this is the morning brief for today. I pray that you have a great day, that the rest of your day is the very best of your day, and hope to see you in church.